Man, some days it's just too much for an Oilers fan to handle. What went down in the last few hours hit the locker room, the front office, and even Stan Bowman's strategy board. We've got a player making waves, trade chatter heating up, and a veteran hitting a milestone that's giving even the most skeptical fans chills. But the best part, not everything is what it seems. Could something big be brewing? You won't believe what we've got today. So grab your coffee, hit that like button, and let's dive right in. It's funny how a team's biggest strength can also turn into its biggest dilemma. For years, defense was the Achilles heel of the Oilers. Now, it's the tactical backbone of a team that's dead set on chasing the Stanley Cup. The problem with having too much talent at one position is eventually the balance tips. And yeah, Oil Country, that's exactly the kind of good problem Stan Bowman's dealing with right now. Jake Wallman came in on Tuesday and lit up the net with an overtime winner against the Sens. It was the kind of goal that screams, "I'm not going anywhere." But when one guy locks his spot down, someone else starts to shake. Elliot Friedman dropped the bomb. The Oilers' depth on the blue line could force a move sooner than expected. The front office knows you can't keep everyone happy and productive with limited minutes. That's how trade buzz starts. Ty Emberson, Alec Regula, and Troy Stecher are walking that fine line between key piece and luxury backup. And with the trade deadline on March 6th, there's no time for hesitation. Bradley Keith from Pro Hockey. Rumors added fuel to the fire, saying a move feels almost inevitable. Stecher's 31, brings tons of experience, but does it really make sense to move a steady vet for future upside? Regula and Emberson, both 25, are still growing and already drawing attention from teams looking to shape young defenders. Bowman's staring down a tricky equation. Experience versus potential. Stability versus flexibility. And every choice here directly affects McDavid and Draisaitl's rhythm. Since this team's offense starts from the back end with quick transitions, stretch passes, and puck control. Fans are torn. Why trade a defenseman when the blue line's finally clicking? They ask. But Bowman's logic might be sharp. A trade doesn't have to mean loss. It can mean tactical redistribution. Edmonton's secondary scoring needs depth, and moving a high-end reserve might be the push they need. McDavid's new team-friendly extension opened up room under the cap, giving the front office breathing space to make bold, long-term plays. Meanwhile, Jake Wallman's become the face of this new mindset. Worked hard, waited his turn, and now he's getting the spotlight he deserves. A defensive group that used to crumble under pressure now plays with structure and swagger. But the question hanging over all this, the one no one dares to answer yet, is simple and explosive. Who's the odd man out? And if I told you the answer could reshape the entire season, would you believe it? There's something in the air, and it's not just the smell of fresh ice at Rogers Place. When Oilers scouts are spotted at other teams' games, fans start buzzing. That's exactly what happened during the Blue Jackets vs. Avalanche matchup. Aaron Portzline tweeted that Edmonton's people were there watching closely, and that's when the rumor mill kicked into overdrive. Who were they watching? Elvis Merzlikins? Jet Greaves? Maybe someone nobody's talking about yet. Truth is, this front office knows what it's doing. You don't make 3 straight conference finals without learning to think 2 steps ahead. And let's be honest, the goaltending situation in Edmonton has always been a roller coaster. One night you stop 30 shots and look unbeatable. The next, a bad rebound changes everything. That kind of inconsistency can tank a playoff run if you don't address it. So no, those scouts weren't there by accident. They were doing their homework. Merzlikins looked solid that night. 32 saves and a .914 save percentage. Good goalie. But his $5.4 million cap hit doesn't exactly fit Edmonton's books. That's where Jet Greaves comes in. A young, athletic 24-year-old who plays with a bit of fire near the crease. His recent run, 24 NHL games with a 2.57 GAA and .926 save percentage, is the kind of stat line that makes GMs dream. And as a Group 6 UFA, he's got flexibility written all over him. Still, nobody in Edmonton's saying a word about it publicly. Officially, it's routine scouting. But come on, nothing in the NHL is routine. Deals are made in the pauses between sentences. 3 of the Oilers goalies have expiring contracts, so it's clear the hockey ops department is already shaping next year's puzzle. Greaves, with his affordable price tag and rising stock, could fit like a glove. Fans are split. Some want a proven name, others want to invest in youth now. And that's actually a great sign. It means the fan base believes again. This team isn't chasing quick fixes anymore. It's building for something lasting. And with McDavid and Draisaitl in full-on unfinished business mode, every move matters. A reliable goalie isn't just another roster spot. It's the line between almost and champion. And if a deal goes down in that department, the ice out west might just crack a little. Then came a night that went beyond the numbers. One of those games that reminds everyone why we love this sport. Oilers versus Senators turned into pure emotion. Adam Henrique, the veteran who's been through it all, hit his 1,000th NHL game. 1,000, just think about that. But what really hit home wasn't the stat. It was how the team chose to honor it. When Henrique walked into the locker room before warm-ups, he had no clue what was coming. The whole squad was wearing special shirts with Rico across the front, styled like a NASCAR logo, a nod to his love of racing. On the back, his milestones. First NHL goal, 276 career goals, 559 points, and every team he'd suited up for. Each jersey had the number 1,000 printed in gold. You can imagine the emotion in that room. The place erupted in applause. McDavid, usually so composed, was the first to stand and pat Henrique on the shoulder. Draisaitl followed. It's rare to see the Oilers' room that tight-knit, that human. And when they hit the ice, every player wore Henrique's name and number. The whole arena felt it. It wasn't just a tribute, it was a statement. Henrique started on the top line with McDavid and Draisaitl, a symbolic moment that said everything about leadership and respect. The crowd roared, and not a single person stayed seated. That kind of moment doesn't just lift fans, it lifts a locker room. Bowman's been talking about character lately, and he's got to be proud of what he saw. Henrique embodies that balance between humility, legacy, and daily grind. Beyond the emotion, there's a tactical angle here too. Henrique's been quietly anchoring the bottom 6, bringing structure to the 3rd and 4th lines. With potential defensive moves ahead and goalie rumors swirling, his leadership becomes even more crucial. In times of transition, he's the glue guy. At the end of the night, the scoreboard, 3-2 Oilers, felt secondary to the moment itself. 1,000 games of grit, heart, and love for the sport. And somehow, Henrique still carried himself like a rookie chasing his first goal. When he raised his stick to the crowd, there wasn't a dry eye in the building. You could feel it. He's still got plenty left in the tank. But what's next might surprise even the diehards. If there's one word that defines this Oilers team right now, it's transformation. The blue line's matured, the goalie chatter screams ambition, and Henrique's milestone reminded everyone what really builds a winning culture: unity, respect, and hunger. Bowman's got a talented group but tough choices ahead, and it's in that chaos that champions are forged. So tell me, who should stay, who should go, and what's the missing piece to push this team all the way to the Stanley Cup? Drop a comment, hit that like, and let's dream big, Oil Country.